All right, sorry everybody. If you can hear me, let me know. Thumbs up. If it's too low, let me know, and if it's too loud, let me know. What are you pointing at? Basically, it's a little low. Okay, give me a sec. Is that any better, folks? There we go. All right, so I'm going to set up a key for everybody to get in here. We were basically messing around with OBS, trying to make it so that we had controls over the room. Because one thing that we had noticed, a few of us that were trying it, is that we would have the Hangout on air. But if somebody were to come in that you would want to remove, for all intents and purposes, some goofball comes in and instead he tries to, dick pick me or whatever the case may be, we needed to actually have it so that you couldn't see it. Oh, okay. So there we go. So that's my live stream as of right now. So can you guys see my tank and everything else is showing up like it should, correct? Perfect. Well, that's what I was trying to shoot for. So the basic idea here is some people will get it. I'm going to try it right now. You tell me if it worked for you, okay? That's right. I lit a cigarette. Big whoop. Want to fight about it? Let's go. All right, so I need this, this, and this. And let's get a link on the go. Get some people in here. We'll get chatting for a little bit. We'll see how the night goes. Yeah, I just noticed there's 2 streams running. I'll fix that in a moment here. There we go. Hello, hello. All right, what's going on, buddy? And yep, you can talk, Colby. Okay, good. Sorry about that, guys. Oh. There we go. There we go, guys. So that other one should disappear. It's a little trick to get the Hangout controls to work. So that's why you were seeing it that way. I do apologize. We're just, again, roughing these edges out. So there's more to go with this. Still ain't enough for me. Okay, Jeff, I like that. That works. Which one? Yeah, it's not too bad looking. Oh, your mic's wonderful. Let me see if I can fix you up a little bit. There we go. Let's try that. Bring you down a bit. All right. So 2 streams aren't going anymore. You guys shouldn't see the second one. And is that going to be the way that goes all the time to get that to work? That is the way it's going to be. So I have to remember to make one private so you guys don't see it. Believe it or not, I am now going to tell Dev, I now understand what you meant when I was talking to you, that he said there were 2 streams. So there we go. Yeah. Do you guys like the quibbling of Dev stream tonight? Anybody catch that? I know I see a lot of names that were there. Yeah. I'm low again. Okay. Nope, no, it was good quibbling though. It was just talking about whether to use substrate or not, and I thought it was pretty interesting. How's my volume now, Lisa? To you? I thought it was funny. Somebody made a nasty comment. We'll just gloss over that. And I thought it was funny. Yeah. About me. Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of people did. I caught it because, I mean, I'm not stupid, but, you know, because I do try to read my chats no matter where I'm at. So, do you like the look of that? Does that look out good for you guys? The ticker running across, so I don't have to mention anything all the time or post anything. And I thought that was pretty slick to do it that way. I like how my fish are swimming through my German lamp over my sink, though. I have to remember that. Should you see more than a dozen moving pods in a bag from the algae barn? Yes, you should, John. Um, thanks, Cruz. You can try getting in the Hangout if you want there. Sure, I will link it. Tell me if the link works out okay. Go for it. There you go. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. And then, of course, I put up two by accident. So, hey, LMZ, there's John. And John, perfect to get you in here because I wanted to see when you talk how it's actually going to look on the screen. Because we have this keyed out so that if you put your picture up, it just shows whatever you want it to show, so to speak. So, like Ryan has an icon, I have an icon, but you actually have your face. So if you talk, it will actually show your screen so that if I present, people will actually be able to see it over top of what's running. Yeah. Perfect. Look at that. Okay. Right. Yeah, I just caught that. I just turned him up. So while he's talking again, guys, tell me if he's any better. Yeah. And go ahead, John. Keep going. Okay.
So what did you guys do?
All right. So they're saying you guys are saying still nothing. You're not hearing them. Oh, I know why they're not hearing them. Because I got them going through the headset again. 2 secs, guys. Everybody relax. Properties. And
These aren't bad pickles. I'm hungry, honey.
okay, try that again, John. Just start right from the beginning for me. And everybody tell me if you can hear him, if it's too loud.
If I cut out, if I drop out, it's because my battery died. I'll say that right now. Um, but no, 3,000 count pod bag from Algae Barn counted maybe 10, 15 in there. I've got excellent vision. I know some will be microscopic. I filed a claim already.
Right.
So we'll see what they say. But it doesn't seem right.
It isn't. It shouldn't be. If you see the video that I put up, John, where I forget exactly which one it was, this fairly recent one, I actually showed a clip of my buddy's Strange Reef, Jack Corey's stuff, and you can see you probably could count 100 of them just in that little shot I took, right? So, yeah, no, and I know Tina just ordered from Algae Barn, and I bet if she can back up, you should have seen more than 15 swimming in the bag. Yeah.
Well, yeah, she said that in the other stream that you had going that you're not going to see all of them, but I know for a fact that not to discount Tina at all because Yes, I know some you're not going to see because they're going to be too small, but you
No, but
should be
on a
able to see more
3,000
than
count,
two.
you would assume you would see at least a few hundred, maybe a thousand of them, a third of them at least. Yeah, you're not.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, you're all right.
so I filed a claim. We'll see what they say. But other than that, I'm happy with the order.
Yeah.
So
So Tina did say another thing. You can put them in front of a bright light and use a magnifying glass and see if you can see any of those smaller ones that are hard to catch. But otherwise, I'd probably say you're right. You might have just got a bum batch. That does happen. Was the bag color of the water green?
no, it's clear.
It was clear. Okay,
Yep.
so they're not packing them in phytoplankton, that's for sure.
No.
Okay. Well, you filed a claim. They haven't laughed in your face and said, "Oh, you're an idiot" yet, so you're all good.
Yeah.
So
Got a
everybody,
question.
go ahead.
How long did it take for you to get the shipment?
They shipped it Monday. I got it today.
Oh, that shouldn't
Wow,
have
2 days.
been.
Wow. Do you guys
And
ever see pods eating pods?
Oh, yes, I have seen that. I have personally seen one attacking another. Yeah.
Or do you know what I'm saying? Is they might have thrown in a couple of big ones?
And
But
those guys went on a feast. Yeah, it could
I
have
don't
been.
know. I mean, do you see any shells, molten shells, or anything?
no,
Okay,
just
then probably
just
not.
clear water with literally probably 10, 15 pods.
Gotcha.
Yeah, if you
That's
guys go
Uh,
see my video, the brown water is saying that that's getting a little old. But that there's still so many guys, and they live for 2 more days with the cap open, right? Like you just open the cap to give it air, right? Air exchange.
Yep.
And if I really wanted to work it and keep them growing, I could go get more, like pour out half of them, keep half the water out, pour in fresh phyto, and actually could have grown more myself in that container. So yeah, it's really cold out there. It could have been.
Yeah.
Well, he's actually in
Texas.
Texas. Yeah. So
Yes.
It's
See, I'm
been
wondering
80
if they
all
might have
week.
just swapped it, with another order that might have been adjacent to yours. Gave you the wrong one.
Well, the bag says exactly what I ordered too, so you never know though.
no, that's
yeah.
definitely one of those weird things, right? So,
Yeah, it's
Tim,
weird.
pop me your email. I'm gonna have to copy it out, son. I got really focused on getting this up tonight so everybody could see it, and I could play with it, test it out, and work most of the kinks out before I go live. And it's basically gonna look like this most of the time. The only differences you'll see is once I get some more equipment, I'm gonna have some cameras, and
Lauren wants to go to bed.
literally more. Just all the tanks will be able to be shown, plus some new setup stuff that's coming. So give me a sec here, Tim. I'll get that off to you. And
Hey Ryan, how's it going, buddy?
and Ryan's in here. That's right.
Hey, Chris. Good. What's going on?
Awesome. Nothing much, man. Just chilling,
Yeah.
taking care of you in real life.
Did a
What?
You
little,
know how that goes sometimes.
What's real life?
oh yeah, I did a little bit of that earlier, and it's Wednesday, so I'm running through all
Yeah.
my test kits for my tanks tonight.
Gotcha. Yeah, real life outside of reefing. Is there life outside of reefing? That should be the next topic. What do you say, Craig?
Everyone gets quiet.
Real
Wait, why do you want to talk about?
life out. I know. What are you trying to say, Cruz?
Do we have a problem?
No, not at all. Not at all. Buy more corals. uh, yep, gotta clean the gun a little bit.
Planning on using it tonight?
Nah, just keep it oiled. I noticed that there was like a spot of rust. I don't know how that happened. Yep. So how are you doing? Just reefing?
Unmute myself here. Yeah. So
Cool beans.
Is it starting to be spring? I mean, I know Chicago got blasted earlier.
Ooh, yeah, we got snow
Yep.
again.
We got no snow on the ground here now, and I'm in Canada. You poor guys.
I know.
Yeah. It
I was
actually
like, dude, we're like catching that freaking downward, right? That freaking downward
polar
stuff.
dip. Yeah, the polar polar
vortex.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like, go ahead.
No. Hey, man, we're. Yeah.
I was just saying I like to ski, so I'm signed up for like text snow reports in the mountains. And Breckenridge, Colorado, got 6 inches of snow last night. I woke up this morning, I'm like, what? It's April.
Wow, Tina, more snow coming. You poor thing. So, yeah,
Yep.
yeah, we're all done with the cold weather. I could use to be completely done with it, but unfortunately, we've actually had one 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I guess I'm being a liar. So 2015, we got 16 feet of snow in 48 hours at the end of April.
That's nothing. Just
Yeah.
kidding.
Shut the bloody city
That's a
right
lot.
down. Yeah, even
I
for
know.
Canada, that's a lot of snow, right?
Did it shut the mooses down? Because I've seen them barreling through the snowbanks.
Nope, they wouldn't even care. I can guarantee they
I
wouldn't
know,
care.
right?
They just keep walking.
It's
Yeah.
freaking insane, isn't it?
Yeah.
It definitely is. So, anybody who does want to donate, if you do, this is actually set up to do something similar to the other ones you'll see, and it'll say it on here. It will actually let people know you did donate, so I don't have to completely go, trust me, he did. I swear to God, he did. Yeah, new tires are always good. I like new tires. I hate my... It used to be a time you couldn't talk me into Uniroyal Tiger Paws until I got a Jetta and realized I had no traction at all. And everyone's like, well, what do you mean? I was like, well, the problem with the standard and a new Jetta is you cannot turn off traction control. It is impossible.
Nope.
And everyone's like, okay, so what's the big deal? If you're in a standard and you can't get the tires spun up because the traction control kicks in, you're going nowhere.
Yep.
Right? And it's like, well, put it in second. Okay, go ahead, smart guy. And I let my buddy in the car. He put it in second, and all he heard was brum, brum. It kicked in before he could even get started. Because it goes by the gear you're in, right? So he's like, how do you do it? I said, I literally tricked the thing by rocking the car and getting it started and then getting the spin on so that I get a little jump. But if it's deep, forget it. I'm done, right? So, so there you go. Look at that algae control in there, folks. Don't you love it?
Greg, do you actually buy snow? Do you use snow and winter tires? Winter snow tires?
No, I in this car I will be. I did 2 winters or winter and a half with the Tiger Paw all seasons on, and like I said, without having the ability to not have traction control, forget it. No way. I wouldn't trust it. I'd just put winter tires on. I'll have less of a hard time.
So I just went to the tire shop and got my snow tires replaced with regular tires, and I'm in Texas, so they always look at me like I'm insane.
You know what's funny? They'd look at a Canadian and go, what are you doing? Anything I want. I know how to drive in any of this crap. No matter. I wouldn't visually... oh, well, thank you, Lisa. That was the whole point. I wanted to get this up and get people seeing it, see how they like it. If there's anything they wouldn't like I can show you one little thing, I guess. And coming back to in Texas, you give me a set of summer tires, son, and I'll show you driving.
Well, they don't. I mean, they don't get it because, I mean, I take the car and I go to Colorado for a few weeks, and it's up in the mountains, 10, 11,000 feet, so it's snowy. Yeah. And I like to have the snow tires for safety. And they're like, what are you like? Why do you have snow tires in Texas?
Texas, you got it.
Because I didn't come from Texas right now.
Yeah, you have no idea where I was, and you guys don't know what this thing snow really is.
Yeah, I went up there.
I got a good deal. Yeah, no, keep going, Ryan. That's fine.
It took me a while to figure out that was the right way to do it. You had to get older, become more of an adult. If you sliding around too much.
Yep. We call it learn to drive to the conditions. Right? So if you got a butt ton of snow, don't go ripping through it at 100 kilometers an hour, so 65 miles an hour,
right,
and think that you're going to be able to stop. And Tina, you absolutely can come in. Hold on a sec. Oh, that would not help you, since that's Tim's email. Not going to work. Give me a sec, and we'll copy that. And back into here. Geez, I got to remember. I got to go back in here. There we go. So that's the regular link. Tell me if that works. If it doesn't, I'll throw up the redirect. No. But yeah, so if you guys notice the frame in the top right corner, at some point there'll be video of either me fucking face, or it'll be a tank, right? And that's kind of what you're going to see. Is it's going to start being what I've got going on or who I've got in, that kind of thing. So this is actually going to go full on, almost like a talk radio, but it's going to be more of a video radio type deal.
Looks pretty good.
Okay. So, and
Almost
actually,
looks like you know what you're doing.
it almost looks like I know what I'm doing, except that I've got my tech guy that helps me out with tech stuff I've never done before, helping me out. So we're going to add, what, the 120?
Actually, just change your background there. 1980 video.
Okay. So you want me to... Sorry, guys. You want me to change this one?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, look out. Who's that? Hey, Tina.
Hey, everyone.
Are you all hydrated now?
Hold on, Colby.
Y-
Yes.
Yes, I am feeling so much better. My stomach still does not want food, but I'm drinking as much as I can and nibbling here and there. So,
Oh, good. Good to hear it.
yeah, it's been a rough few days. Thank you, Miss Lisa, Mr. Craig. Yeah, I
All right.
felt so good today that my hubby says I need to go get my hair cut, which I did. Sent me shopping and even gave me some money to play with. That was nice.
Oh, that's always nice.
I don't get to do that. No, I don't do it for myself, let's just say. I normally don't do it for myself. So.
Nothing wrong with that. No, Jesus. I spoil the heck out of it. I bought my woman a new bra.
I got another new outfit for my daughter's on the 29th. We're throwing her for our side. We're throwing her a wedding shower. So I went ahead and I picked me up a new outfit today and a couple new pairs of shoes, which with the way my feet are, I really needed to have them. And it's weird to just go buy yourself something when you think of others first.
Well,
I'm looking at my husband like, what's this for? And he goes, you need to go take care of yourself. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do?
Smart man.
So
Very smart man. I like this guy. He's got it.
I do too. For the last 33 years, we've been married 30.
Nice. Now, I hope to make it that far. We won't. My first marriage. Well, you know, if she ever hears it, sorry, Amy, but you were a bitch. So.
She knows.
Correct.
Yeah, she probably already knows. But we do have a beautiful daughter together, and I can't, I'll never ever complain about that. So, so there you go, folks. If you notice now, the camera switched. There's my 120. In full view, I might add, he did. So we can watch all my foolish fish in that tank. And Tim, that link's been sent, so hopefully you get it. It isn't one of those, hey, I got to send it 10 times, and they all come in at once. Yeah.
So I'm assuming you have multiple webcams.
I'm working on it right now. I'm using that's my my buddy's phone, Colby. Say hi to Colby, folks.
What's up,
Hi,
Colby?
Colby.
Yeah, and what it is he's done this. He games. He's kind of like Aaron's side thing, Death Mage, that kind of thing. He does that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
And he just had a little more experience with it. So when we were messing around, the one thing we kind of ran into with doing this was, how do I get the controls? So let's say, like I was saying, Tina comes in and Tina gets all uppity and decides that she's going to curse somebody out she doesn't like in here, and I got to, if I got to kick someone out.
I hope that happens.
Yeah, notice I'm blaming Tina.
Do you see this face?
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Oh.
I would never do that.
You're supposed to grab it with your lower eyelid with your middle finger and pull down and go look into my eye, right? So.
I really hope that happens one day. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Look into my eye.
Look into my eye. Yeah. Yeah. Do it. Yeah. So.
Wrong finger.
Wrong finger. Yeah. No.
Oh, this one?
Oh, there you go.
Or is
No.
it the pinky?
No, you got it. You got it. Right?
Thank you.
Yeah. The inference is there. We know what it means, right? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I am feeling so much better.
Good. I'm glad you're feeling better. I know it always sucks to eat something that knocks you down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody likes that, especially a friend of my wife's at work. She actually had full-on food poisoning. She threw up so much they had to hospitalize her and rehydrate her.
Yep, I was to the doctor 3 times and they kept begging me to put an IV in my arm, and I'm like, no. I'd let them draw the blood to check my electrolytes and stuff like that, but I would not.
Yeah, don't be me.
I would not,
have a
because I
habit
am
of
terrified of needles.
Oh, so am I. But well, I shouldn't say I'm terrified of needles. It's more, are you done? Good. Now stop wiggling it, you bitch. Right? So,
Yeah,
you know
no,
what I mean?
I literally have panic attacks when it comes to stuff like that, because when they did my brain surgery, they had 1 in each of my carotids. I had 2 in each arm, so like 1 up here, 1 in my hand, and then I had them in my peripheral arteries in my legs. And I had to be awake through all that. So I'm terrified of needles now. They have to knock me out to put an IV in me for surgeries now, because I just can't deal. So no.
No, see,
I just told them, please let me just try to drink what I can first.
Right.
And I'm back to baseline now. So
Good. And that's just it, right? Like me being diabetic and the drugs, like they just put me on Jardiance, which is a diabetic med, and all I do is pee. I'm not kidding. Like
Yeah.
I literally, if there was an Olympic event for it, I win. You
If your nitrates are low, bottle it.
Bottle it, yeah.
Yeah.
Bottle it and send it out to you.
You know, the problem is there's just not enough anything in there. I'm literally, I think I'm just whizzing water at that point. So what do you guys think? Do you like the idea that there's going to be more than one webcam shot? There's going to be a few things going in.
Looks good. I like it.
You're getting an off-air, Tim? Really? Try. Did you Did you actually get the link in the email, Tim?
Hey, Tina.
Yeah. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Tina.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why didn't they nitrous you?
The what?
Why didn't they nitrous you?
Nitrous me. Oh, now, see, that happens at the dentist office.
Yep, they can do that for surgery too. They can use that to actually calm you down, right?
Now, at my doctor's office, they were just going to send me over to the ER and that. And I'm
And
just
have
like,
it done,
dude.
yeah.
But they told me by the 3rd day, they said that if you're not peeing by Monday, because for 2 days I couldn't even pee.
No potty.
Because I was so dehydrated. They would pull the skin up on my hand and it would stand straight up.
Yeah, you were definitely dehydrated. Yeah.
They could have forced the issue with me and made me do it or admit me, but I'm very powerful with my persuasion. I had Mark to take care of. That's my biggest issue.
I know what an AMA is.
There's nobody else to help take care of him, and it's my job.
Yeah, see, and again, that just shows your selflessness. You weren't even thinking about yourself.
While holding shears.
Yeah, while holding shears. Yeah, she's saying it. It's like you're sitting there going, yeah, I tell you, no, it's okay. No, I understand your AMA.
Very persuasive with these scissors.
No, I just, I told them that if I wasn't better by today, that I would go in. I would agree to go in and have an IV if I wasn't better today. And yesterday, my kidneys started kicking in. I was like, I've never been so glad to pee.
Yeah. Yeah, what was it Wallowitz said on Big Bang Theory? He goes, I've tried to pee. It just comes out like toothpaste. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And there's like no worse feeling than trying to drink and when you're really super nauseous. And the Zolfran that they gave me helped a little bit, but not enough. So I think yesterday was the first day in like the first 4 days that I actually got I think I drank 106 fluid ounces. And I ate a banana. And then I tried to eat a meal last night and it just still wasn't there. But today I was able to eat. So that was good.
Good. Well, that's good. We want you healthy. Come on now, you're entertainment.
Whatever, entertainment for what? For being a fool?
Tina
What?
Origami. You could have made a friggin' flying crane out of your skin. You should have tried.
Yeah.
I
I
coulda-
posted it up on YouTube.
I could have
Got
did
like
what?
1 million views. Like make a flying crane, one of those Japanese origami ones.
Oh yeah, my daughter and I make those all the time.
Yeah, you could have made it out of your skin.
Yep.
No, that's so gross. Out of my skin. What, guys? Fly
Dude,
away.
do you know how many freaking views you would have gotten?
Yep.
I probably would have got a lot.
Yep. Pump that channel. That's it, just put it up there and go, look, I know it's gross, but get over it. This is awesome. You know what I mean? Like,
Had to take a dip in the tank just to get hydrated.
I had to dip the toe. Oh, it's
little
funny.
Little salt for the skin.
Yeah, exactly. I had when I had Haley laughing one night when she came into my stream, it was actually pretty funny. That hey Daniel, it was actually kind of funny that I got her laughing with an American Dad episode line, and it was last night it came on. I heard dip the toe, like it actually came on, and I laughed myself awake. Right, so don't do there's the byproduct of what's going on for me, right, is that if I make something funny enough, I actually remember it, and if I'm watching Archer and I go to bed, or I'm watching that and I go to bed and I hear that line, it'll wake me up. How useless is that for a good thing? Nope, wait, it's not a good thing. I was trying to sleep.
When you wake yourself up in the middle of the night cracking up laughing.
Cracking up
like,
laughing at myself, yeah. It's like my wife said, the only person I find entertaining is me. Yeah. It's like, okay, what are you trying to say there, wife? She goes, that you're the only one who thinks you're funny. I went, what? You don't think I'm funny? Well,
you
that's
must
just...
have a dry sense of humor.
No, she thinks I'm She just refuses. No.
Oh, she just refuses.
No. She feels it's egging me on. We'll never get to sleep. There he is. So I had to send you the second one so they both came in at the same time, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. It's this crazy Canada U.S. email time warp whatever.
No, you're the last of 10 people using live. That's what it is, buddy. How you doing tonight, Tim?
Good. Hey, hi Lisa, hi Cruz, hi everybody.
Hey Tim. I will be right back, guys.
Okay.
Hey,
oh,
Greg,
look.
I like this look.
Do you like the way it's looking? Yeah, that's my 120. We're just messing around with cameras. So if I want to switch back, we'll have a little fun here. I'll just... You got to reset mine? Oh, he's messing with my... Look at that. I'll beat him when you guys aren't listening. This guy, I've got to say, if people want to work OBS at all, and you want to get into it, we're debating it. We're going to figure... Because there is something else we can do. We can actually come in and take control of your computer, right? So like, there's a few people I know that want to set it up. We'll help if you want. Well, within reason, right? And say, hey, Craig, at 3 o'clock in the morning, can you and Colby come on and help me, set up my, no, no, I need to stay with my woman. If I start doing that till 3 in the morning, my ass kicking will be epic, and I won't say it's me doing the ass kicking. Let's just say I'll be getting beaten, saying, please, honey, stop. So. Yeah. But no.
Hey, Cruz.
Go ahead.
Cruz, is Cruz still there? Cruz.
Yeah, I'm still here. What's up?
I got a question I keep intending to ask you. I heard you mention, the poly filter pad.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Do you? I kind of like those, but every time I start to use those, I hear these little reports about how they take elements. What am I trying to say? Trace elements out of the water. Is there truth to that or not?
Well, I'm going to ask you a question, Tim.
Okay.
Where are you hearing these things from every time you put it in?
It seems like I'm not.
Is it coming from the filter pad? If it's coming from the filter pad, I'd say you have an issue. I'm kidding. Sorry.
No, Cruz. That'd be crazy.
Are the voices coming from the poly filter?
Like I read it on a forum or so. That's what I should qualify and say. No, I think I've actually read it or somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, it does pull out some heavy metals. It pulls out aluminum, tin,
but not trace elements. Right? Well,
iron is a trace element. So
yeah.
It's going to pull out tin. It's going to pull out some of the organics that you still want, but It's a generalized filter that typically takes out a lot of toxins.
Yeah, I mean, I like everything else I see and hear about it, and then it's like,
Hmm.
I start using it, and then it's like, what? It does what?
Craig, did you fall out of your chair, buddy?
What? No.
Yes. What were you doing? Cartwheels?
All right, what did I miss? Okay, yeah. TMI.
The other thing, I didn't get in on the. I was listening, but I couldn't get participate because I was doing something called work. These people pay me money, and they make me do things for them. But on the sand versus bare bottom, you know, I was listening to you. I have, you know, in my tank now, and I had it before. I got about an inch, maybe two in some places of sand, and for me, it's just two reasons really. One is aesthetics. I just really like sand. I like sand on the tank. I like the way it looks. And the other one is I like wrasses, and I heard you say the same thing. You know,
I'm a wrasse man.
I love wrasses.
You're a wrasse.
Boy, she's got a nice wrasse.
That could sound wrong. Anyway, anyway, what the hell was I saying? Oh, anyway, yeah. So, but I like
derailed.
I like having a place for them, and I heard another guy tell me just where I got the idea. And now I was, you know, a couple of weeks ago, I was moving fish around with the busted tank, and I got everybody in a temporary tank, and I had got a couple containers for sand, and so the wrasses could sleep in there. And then I just moved the whole container over with the wrasses. When they went to sleep, I just moved them over to the tank. They didn't even know it until they woke up. So they woke up in a whole new world. And but I like wrasses.
I know. I could imagine what they were saying. What the hell did we do last night? dude, where's my car?
Exactly. What the hell's going on? But at least it was a nicer place, you know. It's not like they woke up in a smaller place; they woke up in a bigger place, you know. It's like, and more sand, you know. Wow. So, but anyway, that's my feelings on it. I heard a guy, or no, I didn't hear. I read a guy one time talking about bare sand and why he likes the bare bottom on his tanks and stuff. He says, well, the ocean does, you know. If you get out into the ocean, there's no sand on the bottom of the ocean, so it's more realistic, you know.
Yeah, but there's no glass in the ocean.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't think about it at the time.
Or LEDs or T5s.
Exactly. I go.
Exactly.
What the hell is he talking about? There's no glass or black bottom on the ocean either, dude. What are you talking about? How is that natural?
Or epoxy sand. Or epoxy sand.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Cruz.
Yes, ma'am.
Wanted to let you know. Well, I mean, see what you think too. That mimic tank is doing so amazing, so amazing. We are. Let's see. March 28th is when I put him in.
So about 2.5 weeks.
Yep. And eating everything I throw at him. No spots at all. No, I'm not dosing. No Cooperine, none of that.
Good.
And he is so friendly. I walk up to that tank now, and he doesn't run and hide. He comes right up to the top. He's like, "Where's my kibble?" But I'm going to get. Nice. I've got an acclimation box coming, and I don't know if I should wait the other 3 weeks or go ahead and try to transfer him in now because he is acting so healthy. Or what do you think?
I'd advise to wait another 3 weeks.
Keep waiting. Okay. All right. I will do that.
I mean, if he's doing fine there and he's relaxed and, you know, he has places to hide in the PVC and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's got one. Yeah, but all of his tank mates are gone. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And they're all by himself.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Yeah, I mean, he's eating, right?
Oh, yeah. Like a pig.
Believe it or not, fish don't really care for friends.
Oh, well, that kind of sucks, man.
No, I mean, they are social animals.
My bubble.
Hey, I'm the bubble man. I'm just kidding.
Hey, John's back in. Hey, Nick, if you want to pop in, Lisa, you had the link. What do you mind dropping that for Nick, please? The one thing though, Unfortunately,
Why
now
doesn't
you will
Lisa
see
jump
the
in?
dirty habits. So.
Mhm. No, I'm just saying. We like to think that fish have the human emotions. Do you know what I'm saying? We would
Yeah.
love for them to have. Whoa.
What are you doing?
Now it's her turn.
Hey,
I'm
Craig.
sorry, Tina. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, John.
You lie.
Sorry, I'm not trying to interrupt. My battery's gonna die again. But here's the bag.
And you're looking. Yeah, looks like.
I can't see it.
Yeah, we can barely see it. Give me a sec here. I'll
Yeah,
put you
I
up
can't
on
see it
full.
either, honey.
Let's see here. There we go.
I got my bifocals on. I'll try to see what I can.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
There you go.
16,
Now, is there a bunch of stuff sitting in the bottom of that bag, John?
19.
No.
I tell you what, I see things that you're not. I see the bigger ones,
Yep.
but I also see a whole bunch of tiny little. I mean,
Yep, they're
Really
moving.
tiny. They're moving.
you have got a crap ton of them in there. I'm telling you.
Yeah, they're still moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them in there.
They've been floating, so.
Have you got them floating in warm water in tank water?
Yeah, in my tank.
Might have it got cold and they went dormant.
Yeah, they send out when they send them out. My bag looked kind of empty too, but then after I warmed them up and I took them upstairs and looked at them through the magnifying glass. Now, I mean, you'd be amazed. I see a lot. I see a lot of big ones in there, but I also see a bunch of tiny ones.
So it's tiggers and
a
tibs.
lot of times.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of tibs is what you got.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look at that! I was right. Tigger pods and tibs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Thank gosh for bifocals.
Yeah, that's what it is, eh? What's the only thing they're good for? I can see pods.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's probably more than you think, but it does look like it's a little on the empty side.
Yeah.
So you might have
That's
a lot
what I'm
more.
thinking.
Yeah, it could be
Yeah.
just a little more,
Now, see,
Like I said, I can see the small ones too. I mean, but I was
You think
just
that there
getting
should be a lot more than that?
yeah, some of them,
Yeah.
some of them you won't even see, hon, because they're in the egg or the larval stage.
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah. Which is, again, that's not really what you want because you want the ones that are already out.
Mm-mm.
The eggs are nice, but the problem is they generally don't make it once they hit the tank. So yeah, just having a look at my feet and all that. You guys can see me. I know I look like crap. Sorry about that. Hate to horrify people, but
All right, so do I.
That's what it is. It's like, Craig, what are you doing? Nothing. Nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm fine. Are you fine? I'm fine.
We got a couple cool questions in the chat if you guys want to.
Yeah, I'm about to look. Actually, I'm just trying. Wow. You can make this as complicated as you want. Can you guys in the chat see me? Because that's easier than me going to try to find it because I have everything set up to be in here. So.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
No, with mine, you ordered 3,000, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Mine was 5,280, so I think it was the next step up, and that could be
Yeah.
why I was seeing a lot more. But I don't know.
Like I said, I filed a claim. I'll see what they say. I mean, because I do understand that I'm not going to see a lot of them,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but it does look on the light side to me.
Yeah.
Because
Well, hopefully, maybe they'll do something nice for you. That'd be good.
I think
yeah,
you can stay up all
because
night.
I know I bought 3,000 from one of my local fish stores, and that's all you could see. You can
Yeah,
see through
okay.
the container.
And see, and I've never ordered them before, so I don't know really what to look for. You know what I'm saying?
John, I think you should stay up all night counting them.
You're muted, dude. I can't hear you.
Through that, because I do have to get up at 4.
After you get them counted, can we get a price?
Get your microscope out and some slides.
Yeah.
And then a couple
Yeah.
glasses of coffee. Just
It's the way
And
it is.
get you a nice pair of bifocals.
Yeah, I don't think. I think you need a jeweler's loop. Nah,
There you go.
try warming up the bag a little bit more. You might see a little bit more activity. What you think might
Well,
be like foam on the bottom?
well, it's been in my tank since like 1 o'clock because I was at home.
Ah,
My girlfriend
gotcha.
was. She's like, "Your package is here." I said, "Okay, take them out and put them in the tank."
Gotcha.
They'll
Sorry,
be
just
all right
trying to go.
till I get
Yeah,
home.
just trying to go through, process of elimination on what what you could do.
Oh yeah, I appreciate that.
So,
But I mean, it does seem a tiny bit light. But I mean,
yeah, I
yeah,
know it does.
it happens. I'm not really upset about it. It's just like, is there really
Mhm.
that many I can't see, or is it truly light?
Mhm.
Or
Yeah. And like I said, I just ordered my first
That's
one,
the
and I
weirdest thing
don't,
ever, isn't it?
I don't know, I don't know the
Yep,
difference
it's working.
yet. So
because I know a buddy of mine actually ordered the same one, and I was at his house, and you could see a lot more.
There we go.
That's
So they
why-
can't see me.
That's
Hi, guys.
what made me go,
Okay, so you actually did have a comparison prior to them shipping you out this one. No, that's always good to know too.
yeah, and then you can compare the two. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, they might have gotten you a light bag, or that bag might have, you might have gotten a wrong bag. You know what? Because I mean, they pre-bag it. They try to, anyways.
Hey, Bubba.
Did that when you ordered them, John? Did they come back with an email saying that they didn't have any in stock and you had to wait a couple of weeks before they sent them out?
Hey, Bubba.
Was it Algae Barn? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think also kind of what are the? I mean, their prices are a tiny bit higher than. I feel like they have a tiny bit of a premium price structure and everything, so that kind of hurts you off a little bit more too.
Gotcha. So you're a little bit disappointed. Not really mad, but disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, they charge a tiny bit more, I think, than a lot of other places you could get something like what they offer.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. So,
I was looking for Trocus snails, and they had like, I think it was five for $20. Now, granted, they were like captive bred or whatever, but still, that's a pretty expensive Trocus snail.
Yeah.
that's a little, that's a little pricey. I pay for a Trocus probably $350. On average, so they're good size ones, right? If you get small ones, you get a little bit of a deal or break. But I don't even know why that would be. I want smaller ones because then they grow out, right? So.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're always hungry. They're always hungry when they're young. When they get bigger and they start slowing down, I notice that those guys typically stop eating as voraciously. You know what I'm saying? And they can't get into the tight areas either.
No, that's true. Smaller gets in the rocks and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And they're constantly eating. It's like teenagers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just a bottomless pit, and just keep on shoving food their way. And move your hand away quick enough. Otherwise, your hand's gonna be missing a couple of fingers.
Hey guys, I have a question.
Sure, go ahead.
When you guys usually buy like the Aptasia X, are the bottles usually capped with a protective seal?
I tell you what, Tina, I have a brand new package I haven't opened yet in my.
Let's find out.
I can go check.
Yeah, because I just opened up the box and it's got a little bit of a leak. I'm like, what the heck? I thought it would be protective.
Sealed.
Yeah,
I'll be right back. I'll go get it.
sure. Because I'm getting ready to get. Well, as soon as my hands get a little more steady, I'm going to be killing me an Aptasia. I've got one in that tank, and that's the only one I ever want to see.
Dude, just spray it all around. Doesn't matter.
I only have one.
I'm kidding.
Cruz, what? See, look, I've been sick, and now he's going to be picking on me, man. Come on. Right here. Where's your pen?
Just glad to have you back. You want to go check.
So I bought this thinking, I saw some Majano, whatever, the other kind.
Mojanos.
Yeah, Mohano.
Monos in a zoanthid rock, all knuckled in with all the zoanthids. They're trying to hide, and then it showed up, and then I went to go look for them, and I couldn't find them again. They're so good at hiding, so I haven't used it.
Oh, they also move a lot.
Oh, right. No,
Damn
that
it!
would work.
We probably ran away. Went on something even more important.
It knew you were coming with the bomb.
No seal, Tina. No seal.
No seal. Okay. All right. So I'll stop worrying then.
That foam thing is probably like meant to be in the top of the cap.
All right. Now, which one of these little needle things should I use? The straight one or the bent one?
I use the curved one.
The curved one? Okay.
If it's like stuck in a rock somewhere, and it gives you a better angle too.
Yeah.
I find the straight ones, unless you're trying to get straight into it and you actually have access to that.
Okay.
But remember, you're going to be putting your arm from the top. You're going to be looking in from the side.
Yeah.
You know, so there goes some of your leverage, and I would utilize the curved one.
Someone of my short stature trying to figure this out.
Well, I mean, how else are you going to see the Mohano without actually looking in front of the glass?
Yeah.
You know.
So that brings up a good point. I was looking at something earlier. What do you guys use to magnify things? Like I bought this crappy little headset thing that you flip down magnifying lenses over it while you wear it. It's got a little light on it, but it doesn't work.
I go right up against the glass.
Look like Jim Carrey in Ace Ventura when he's looking for the gem in the tank.
You kind of look like a porthole. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
No.
I'm kidding, right?
No magnifying glasses or like you remember those loops you could use back when the slide film?
I have a 15-time loop.
You just use like a ruler loop?
Yeah, one of those cheapos. You know, from the one that you can get from Staples. It's a 15-time. It's 5 times each for 3 of them, and then when you stack them on top of each other, you actually get 15.
Okay.
It's like a monocle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Almost like that. Like,
well, if you go to Rico's stream, when Rico's streaming, you look at his tank in the top right corner, you can see one of those.
Yeah, but I was dipping a coral today, and I wanted to see I wanted to see stuff, and my eyes kind of suck, so I was trying to.
Oh, you got that problem. Yeah, I use a headset, and I put a Energizer headband light. I glued it to the top of it. If you ever watch my algae, how to remove bubble algae video, you'll see it there. I kind of just show it. You can get an idea of what I did to get extra light. But yeah, if your eyes suck, and mine do.
Yeah, mine do too.
Yeah, it can be a little difficult, but you learn at what distance to hold it. But I got one that's got 3 levels of magnification that you can use.
Cool. So, yeah, I think the one I got just is so cheap it doesn't really work.
Oh, that could be. Sorry for your luck.
Well, and also an increase in lighting will help too.
Yeah,
by increasing the intensity.
Hey, did you guys see where the FDA approved photochromatic contact lenses?
What?
FDA.
What does that mean?
Yeah, so you know how you have transition glasses where you can they darken as you go outside?
Oh yeah.
They just approved contact lenses to do that.
What the hell? Why?
Really? Finally?
Why?
No. Blind myself when I go outside. What do you mean why?
Yeah.
Because your irises are supposed to adjust.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna love it if I stream tomorrow. Guess who goes for a dilation tomorrow for his diabetes? So guess
come in looking like a kitty cat.
I'll even make sure I have the camera up so you guys can see my pupils are gone, right? Here we go. Craig, can you see anything? Nope. Am I clicking the right thing? Can you guys hear me?
Well, he's gonna come in here looking like a cat out of catnip.
No, just switch your eyes.
Craig's lying.
Feel the age.
Craig's lying. He's an ex-rocker. He's going on drugs tomorrow.
Yeah, that's it. I'm going to be on dope
right?
tomorrow. You'll just all of a sudden you'll just hear me go, "Hey, just a second." You hear the bottle, and then all of a sudden you hear, the eyes are wide open, right? I'm good to go. Let's do this. Yeah. Let's talk about fucking heck. Yeah, Craig, you seem a little wound up. No, just excited. Yeah, no.
Whose tank are we
Daniel
looking at?
Dan has a question in the things about or in the string guide. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I mean,
What?
any suggestions on how to keep a clownfish from picking on another?
Nope.
I say no.
Nope.
They are
That's
a-holes
Greg.
and they will beat each other up. They're trying to, if you have two of them in there, they're trying to decide who's going to be the girl.
Pretty much, unless and just as and it's well, I guess I could say this. Well, my cats are flipping out and everything. That's awesome. So the basic idea with clowns, if you've this is Dan. Okay, Daniel, you remember my 20-gallon tank with the nice white clownfish? And Tim, this is my 120-gallon tank.
Okay.
It's just a video loop because my lights are all off, so I have butt tons of footage. So I thought, well, geez, why don't I just throw this up here? Remember I said about getting my good computer back for a reason? This is why, because I'm not dropping frames and you guys can see this. If I tried this with my other computer, you would have heard it go, I don't think so, asshole. So
You got a powder brown. You got a powder blue.
I had a powder brown. That's the one that actually, what the hell happened to my feed for that? Here I go telling you guys, see? Here, you can see it. Now it's gone. I'll figure that out in a sec. Give me a sec here. About the clowns. So if you watch it, those two have started this. And the bigger one is actually forcing the other guy to literally hide under a ledge. But if I go out and look at the tank right now, and what you should do in the dark, Daniel, and good night, John, is go out and check to see if they're actually being together. Okay, so if they're together at night, then most of it is just pecking order and who's going to be the female, aka the boss.
Yeah.
Okay, if they're not together and it's nighttime, then you're probably going to have to remove the wimp, right? You got a choice: remove the aggressor or remove the wimp, right? Because it's not going to work out. But if they're together, or at least somewhat together in the tank at night, you're okay. Can I have my letter back?
Bubba's.
There we go.
Oh, Bubba's in the house.
Yep. Oh, I saw
How
him.
many do you have?
Yeah.
I've decided what my last fish is going to be for the 75, I think.
Oh, do tell.
A fox face.
Oh, you're going to go
I'm
for a
going-
fox, are you?
I'm
Okay.
going to face my fear of being poisoned. Being stuck by a poisonous barb.
Being envenomated. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, somebody said something about it being like a bee sting. I'm like, oh, hell, I got attacked by ground bees last year. Couldn't be any worse than that.
Well, the worst it could be is like being attacked by 7. Because
What?
he does have
7
7 dorsal
oh.
spines. They're all envenomating. Yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully he will be a good citizen like everybody else is being good citizen.
You'll kind of know if he is. They're usually a chicken at first. Where's my...
Okay. What, like they like to hide or?
Yeah, what they'll do, they'll generally run and hide, and they'll change color.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right? So don't panic
Okay.
when you see it, because a lot of people are like, oh my god, my fish is dying, and then stick their hand in the tank. Right?
Aw.
And it's not the case.
I'll be right back, guys.
All right, Cruz.
Okay.
Yep, no worries. Hey, Tina,
Yeah.
what kind do you want? What color?
I want the 2-bar. I believe it's a 2-bar is what they call it.
It's got like light blue lines on it, real intricate, and then like yellow. It's kind of like
It's the smaller one of the one. I believe it's the smaller ones that out of the sizes that they get. It was one of the smallest ones that's okay for a 75-gallon aquarium. And I believe they said it was a 2-bar, so I'm not for sure on color.
Because it's running off that drive.
I just know it's black and yellow.
Yeah, I don't know what my problem is, but I mean, I see all these happy foxface in everyone's tanks, but I have killed more foxface than I can count.
I'm looking at it this way. If I can bring that poor mimic back from the brink of death in an upside down on a bag with no water to where it is now with your help, I think we'll be all right with a fox face.
No, you have great logic, and they're supposed to be easy to take care of, but I have tried 2 Magnificents, killed them both. I tried a regular one, died. I mean, and this is after they lived for 6 months, and then they just died.
Oh, that sucks.
And I'm like, what? My tank is like foxface cursed because I have other more difficult fish that live just fine.
Now, are the Magnificents, those are the ones that get what, 8 to 10 inches or something like that?
They get pretty big. They all kind of get pretty big.
Well, the 2-bar one, I think the 6 inches was 5 to 6 inches was the cutoff.
Yeah, okay, that's good. Yeah, the regular, the yellow ones and the Magnificents, they get like a foot, I think.
Yeah, but you got a
Yeah,
75-gallon
I
tank.
can't have a 1-foot fish in this tank. There's no way.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, they sell them at like inches, and then
Yeah. I want them to stay relatively small. I mean, obviously, if it gets too big for the tank, but I mean, there's like all kinds of tanks that I would like to have, but I know it would be completely irresponsible of me to say, let's put a dory in here, or let's get a,
yeah.
as big as.
I love that you called it a dory.
Yeah, a hippo tang.
No, and that's
But-
I'm having at you. Remember to say, "Look into my eye, Craig." Right?
Craig, you see my eye.
There you go. That's a girl.
The hippo tang, okay?
Yep.
I love the hippo tang. You know, everybody says dory, blah blah blah. I love the hippo tang, but them being ink magnets and I see a lot of people having trouble with them. I'm kind of worried about that. So, like I said, being new, it would be completely irresponsible of me to go with anything bigger than what I already have. My yellow tang is flourishing, and no signs of it, no health problems, no.
Have you seen the?
Nothing as long as well. But it will look like a regular powder brown tang when it gets its dark colors, and that's what I kind of like.
Tina, have you seen the yellow-bellied hippo tangs?
Yes, those are really pretty.
So let me tell you a story about mine. I got it. It was the size of a quarter, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I got it as in 2013. He's still swimming around in my tank right now. He has been through, I think I'm like the fish torture. He's been through head and lateral line erosion. He's got all these like scars on his tail and the back of him and stuff, like it just never grow back.
Aww.
He's the only one that has survived through 2 rounds of marine velvet. And he's like 6 inches long.
Wow.
He's a big pretty fish and just rules the tank about 6 inches.
Yeah, now see the marine velvet, I'm finding out, I think I heard that I'm not sure if it was Craig's live stream or somebody else's live stream, that marine velvet is actually a bacterial infection. Is that true?
Parasite.
Am I understanding that
No, it's
right?
a parasite. No, it's a parasite.
Is it a parasite? Okay.
Absolutely a single-celled, free-swimming parasite. It's evil as hell.
Oh yeah, I know. I lost an entire tank. I almost gave up.
Velvet is an agile bugger, and it's a quick-acting one. It's not
Yep.
like
24 hours, 13 fish gone.
Yep, that's what it does.
Just gone. And I about lost my mind.
About the same as the stock market crash.
I was like, I am not doing this again. But look where I'm at now.
No, exactly. And you know what? Here's the thing. Don't ever let that get you down, right? Things happen. You're not always going to catch it when it happens. It's like Brooklynella, clownfish disease.
Yeah.
Now, that's another one that that is a parasite too, as I recall. Is it not, guys? Or is Brook the bacterial one?
I'm not sure.
Because I know
Brook from what I read, and like I said, it may not be right or wrong, but is bacterial.
Right, because that's why
It's
you
like
treat it with.
It's a fungus.
Do you know what you treat it with? Formaldehyde. Right. So what I actually use, and I'm not saying do this, but it worked for me. I had 2 naked clownfish, and I took them out. I saw the brook on one eye, and the reason I knew this is my friend had bought 2 Darwins from the same clutch. Okay, so his female died, and his male was so weak the pistol shrimp got him in his tank. Right, so basically he got to watch that. I'm sure that was just amazing. Like he said, no, that was $50 down the drain, and my poor fish gone. He called me up and he's like, "Hey, I had Brook." I said, "What do you mean you had Brook?" He goes, "I had Brook." I'm like, "When did you notice?" Right, and he goes, "Like just tonight." I'm like, "Well, what?" And he told me what happened. So I went over and looked at my fish, and I'm like, Well, one guy's eye looks a little you know what? I'm not even taking the chance. And I knew something was up because I caught them both with a net at the top of the tank. No problem.
Yeah, yeah. And if you're catching them that easy, obviously something's wrong.
So they went into a foot bath with IC X, Hikari IC X, which is 3% formaldehyde and malachite green. And they went in that with a heater and an air stone for an hour, sitting on my desk that I'm at here now, while I sat there and worried and watched over them trying to play World of Warcraft and completely ignoring it while looking at these fish. And then they went to a 5-gallon holding tank, stayed there for a week. Then they went right into a bath like that again, back to a fresh, filled tank again, and then into the bath again and back in. This is over the course of a week. And I got extremely lucky that they're still alive. They're still in another. I sold them. I didn't want to, but it was this kind of weird moment I was in where I want one tank, so I'm going to sell this tank. And that was my prior 20-gallon. I'll see if I can get some video footage of that tank, because that tank's still thriving with a canister filter, by the way.
Now, is that on the same lines as the what is it, the Ruby Reef Kick and Rally?
I think it's under the same thing, except that ICX says do not add it to a reef tank because it will kill your coral.
Ruby.
Oh, yeah.
Ruby
Yeah,
Reef,
the Kick and the Rally are both.
Here's the deal.
Reef safe.
Ruby Reef Rally is the main ingredient is acroflavin, which is like an antiseptic.
Okay.
Kikik also has, I think it has Melaflex in it also, which is a antibiotic.
Okay.
Ruby Reef doesn't have Melaflex in it. It's just an antibiotic. So if you have fish that have sores and stuff, you can dip them in that for 90 minutes and it helps it heal and kind of protects it. Just like if you wanted to do an antiseptic on yourself or whatever.
Yeah. It's supposed to be reef safe though.
Well, I would only really use it as a dip.
Okay.
Or in a quarantine or something. But temporarily, because it is a pretty everything I've ever heard people recommend and I've done myself has been use it as like an antiseptic dip.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure that I have some stuff here in case I need to treat some fish. Because I got food, I got stress relief stuff, I got bacteria, I got food, I got all kinds of crap in here. And I'm like, I got nothing to treat fish with. So.
Yeah, you know what the best thing about having one of those catastrophic wipeouts and not actually quitting the hobby is?
That I got smarter, hopefully.
But it made absolutely everything. So that quarantine snails, coral, whatever.
Yeah. See, now that I still have not done, only because the tank that I'm using as a quarantine tank now has been used with copper, has had copper in it.
It doesn't.
Previous.
You can clean it.
Well, I'm going to,
right.
but I didn't even know, in between batches of fish, that I should tear it completely down and sterilize it until, again, last week when somebody was talking about it. And I'm like, okay, why? Because I've never torn it down. So I'm going to, after Mr. Mango goes into that tank, then that one, I'm going to bleach the living crap out of it and hope that it gets it all out of there. I'm switching all the media out of the over the hang. I have an aqua clear, so I'll just switch all the media out in that and start all over, and that will be my quarantine for my corals, my snails, or any other fish that I need to put in there that does not need to be, quote, treated right away.
Yeah, it might have been me actually that was telling you to let them dry out. And
I think so. Yeah, and then you told me to bleach it, and then after I did that, to put in the prime and let it soak for a few days, running it through the filter.
Okay, maybe it wasn't me. I just clean all mine out, bleach it, and just let it dry out. I don't use.
Okay.
Yeah, if you let it dry out. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Is the copper gonna stay in the silicone though?
No, don't worry about that.
It's a weird argument. It depends on the silicone that was used. Generally, no. Generally, no. But if it was, there's that one that people like to go buy from Dow Corning. That's technically reef safe. You can make a tank out of it. It's reef safe, so to speak. But the problem is it's porous. So because it's porous, it does hold on to copper. But if it's like you bought the tank and you never resealed it, it should be fine. It should be aquarium sealant, which is super tight pores on it, so it generally
Yeah.
doesn't hold on to it.
So
Okay.
this is
Perfect.
going to defy logic. You guys are going to. About to blow your mind.
Oh, okay. We're waiting on it. Let's do it.
No, and I'll get the copper police after me, right? Like the tank police.
Oh, you might.
I've actually,
Whatever. Who cares?
I've used like Pukani rock. I've actually used it in a quarantine because I needed it for fish to feel comfortable. Whatever, the PVC wasn't cutting it, and they needed some stuff to hide in and whatnot. So I just put it in there, and I tested the copper every day, and everything went well. Fish, cured, made it to the tank. I broke that tank down, took the Pukani rock out, just let it dry out, whatever, in the air. And I have since used that rock to put in like a tank with coral in it and invertebrates and like mount coral to it.
You monster!
Guess what?
Yeah, now see, that's what I want to do once I do get this box face and get everything in this tank. What I want to do is turn actually that 30-gallon that I have into another reef tank.
You'll be fine.
Just so I'm not like running everything, and then just buy a smaller, like a 15-gallon or something to sit underneath that I could use as a hospital tank if need be.
Well, here's the thing. There's this wonderful product called Coopersorb. Okay, or conversely, you can use DI resin in a nylon, foot nylons, what, legging? What I'm talking about, Tina? The one the ladies, the knee-highs, right? And put it into a filter, okay? Clean your tank like you would, and then if you want, run this. Once you've run this, okay, and the tank, you think the tank's cleaned out, remove it. You only need to run it for about 24 hours. Remove it, and then, test the tank. Just test it there just with copper. See if there's no copper, right? And the best way to do that, before you test it the day before, take your finger and massage all the silicone with your finger. Just, give it a rub up the sides, up and down, all the silicone joints. Let it run, and then test it. Because if it was going to release copper, bang, it would do it. So don't rub it till you've taken the resin out or the Coopersorb, right?
Yeah, see, what I did,
go ahead.
I just did that. I did a water change yesterday, and I scrubbed it all down. And the first thing I did today was do a copper test just to see, because I had heard somebody say that it would be leaching out of. There's no copper in it now.
No,
and I'm using the same sponges. I'm using the same. Sponges. I'm using the same. The only thing is I put in a bag of carbon.
There's a lot easier ways to kill things than leaching copper.
Yeah, there are tons of things we do that could kill our fish and coral.
Yeah, I just want to make sure though, because I don't want to be making any more mistakes.
No, that's a good thinking. Really good thinking.
That's extremely smart to worry about it, because if you're worrying about it, it means you're thinking about it in the first place. Nothing wrong with that. And, anything you do, like rock, me and Ryan would have differing opinions on that. But at the same token, really, as long as it's not leaching more than a certain amount of copper, right? You got to remember, there's copper in stuff we use.
Copper in the ocean.
Yeah.
There's copper in the ocean. So as long as it's not at lethal levels, we call it, right? And it's very low. I think it's 0.03 for copper. We'll start killing coral.
Yeah.
Right? So you'd know right away. Lethally quick, you would know something was wrong. But the thing is, I know lots of guys who have done it. I know lots of people that, and I'm not saying do it. Whatever you're comfortable with. Wow, there you go. Whatever you are comfortable with, then that's what you can do. And if you want to test it first, right? If you can't get a copper test kit to test it, then it doesn't mean it's not there, but it means it's undetectable by that kit, right? And I do believe, does Hannah make a copper test kit?
I have Red Sea.
No, but you can here if you really want to go crazy with it. I believe copper is one of the ICP elements.
It is, yeah. So you could send it off. You could let it run for a week, right, and just massage those silicone joints, and then send it off for an ICP test if you were ultimately worried, and they will tell you if they detect any copper. Any,
Okay.
right? They will. Yeah, like it is. It is. Wow, guys, sorry about tripping over my tongue. I've literally had that long of a day, but it's been a good day, and it ended even better. Um, so I wanted to get this up and running and have it so that it looks the way it looks like this. To the point that I can even transition out. So like while we're in here, something I was going to show everybody. So there's this. So I'm going to leave this up and running. You guys that are in here with me won't see it, unless you're watching it, with a mute on YouTube. But there's my. It's going to start, and then 30 seconds later, here's my B-Ray back.
Oh, look at that! I want to check it out. Just made such a hype out of it.
Yeah.
That's fancy.
That is fancy.
Yeah. So I just was playing around with that. We just figured out what we could do to make it look like that without too much effort. I did have to do a couple of things again with hit film.
What's up with the concentric circles?
I don't know. You're talking about on the starting soon and the B-Ray back?
I can't stop watching them.
Yeah, it was a theme. It was a theme. It went away. It'll come back in a second.
It's like hypnosis.
See, I give up on making videos. I'm done.
Yeah, no. It doesn't matter the quality. If you're making it and the passion's there for it, people will pick up on that. That's not. I just happen to have a computer like this. This computer.
I just suck.
You guys are so proud of me. I actually put one out today. I put a couple out recently. It's like my first ever.
Oh, I'll have to go back and look, man. I didn't get notifications like Psychedelic Babe. She was putting stuff out, and I went back and checked, and I know I had her for notification, and it was turned off. And
that's
it's
cool.
YouTube is turning them
actually
off.
Be subscribed to me or to care, but I wanted to try it.
Nothing wrong with that. So, but if you guys see in the chat, Colby there, that's my tech guy. So if I don't know it, this guy knows it. So that's what I use him for. Knows the word use. So it.
User. You're a user.
I'm a bad man. Yeah, no, like. Wait a minute, he got to come over here and do his laundry. Does that count?
It was an even trade.
There you go. Your services for using my washer and dryer, man. There you go. So yeah, it's I'm actually looking forward to this. And if you guys noticed, I got the ticker coming across. It's telling you it will normally next to where you see stuff scrolling, it'll say if there's a topic, right, or if it's just morning coffee or whatever the case may be. This was just testing, so we didn't bother. And then it also tells you where you can go and support my stream if you like. And that would also be in the description for the video on YouTube itself. So if you guys feel like doing that, it accepts PayPal. I wouldn't do the credit card thing right now because I'm still kind of iffy with Streamlabs on what on earth they're talking about. So we've kind of left that one alone for now because I don't want anybody putting information in and me getting it. Because that happened with somebody, and it was nobody you guys would know, but somebody tried it just to test it, and all of a sudden it was like, well, I got your credit card number. So until that's fixed, I don't even want to see that. So
yeah, not
makes sense.
No, too much private information. Definitely extremely, private information that shouldn't be there. So, hey Al, how you liking the new stream bite?
Hi, Colby.
And Colby, yeah, Cole, you
Al.
like it? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Tina. Sorry.
Oh, just shouting out to the folks in the stream now that I feel so good.
Good. I'm glad you feel good. You should feel good. Yeah. One being
I felt
sick
so
sucks.
good. I did a water change yesterday on both tanks.
Ain't kidding.
So yeah, that would be why you guys would see me stream a little earlier, because I'd like you to see the tanks. There's a reason that we were doing this. But we got done so late kind of getting it back up and running the right way. And then finding out exactly what we did wrong, which was you got to start 2 streams so that I get control of the room. That's the only thing we were bumping into. Like, how do I get the controls? And I can tell you right now, I know what Paul's going to say from RCW. Oh, fuck that. You know how he's going to say it. Bullocks. I ain't doing that. That sounds like effort. He does enough
that
work.
sounds like a look into my eye type of thing.
That's exactly it. I know that's what he's going to say to me, and it's going to be like, well, if you want controls in your chat, in your hangout, that's what you got to do. And he's going to be like, oh, nuts to that. Bullocks to that. Yeah. Yeah. But no, and that's fine. I got a computer that can do it, and I did warn him. OBS, Streamlabs OBS, doesn't matter which one it is, tends to be a bit of a resource hog. So, you got to kind of watch out for that too. We're bumping into that with this. Like if I want to make those fish move again, I actually have to go in here, go like that, and I got to tell it to refresh my file because it's just being a bugger, and because I also don't need it to loop. Because it's like gigs worth, right? Although I do miss that powder brown tank. But he was a bell end.
See the fish move. We want to see the fish move. There we go.
Everybody does, right? So,
There we go. Yeah, I want to see them fishing move.
So you know what the worst part is? The powder brown's no longer in that tank, and that neon goby disappeared.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so I know he's gone. But I
Well,
gave him a good life.
My watchman finally showed up. It was peeking out of me at the rocks yesterday. I was sitting down there.
Oh,
And all of a sudden, the one that kept jumping out and going into prison,
good. Okay.
he is that much closer to the pistol shrimp. So I think he's like probably found the pistol shrimp.
Oh, he has. If he's that close, and they're just coming out of two
I'm
different
looking at me
spots.
grumpy, and I'm like, what are you grumpy for?
You're looking at my stuff.
I just love that little face. But he peeked out of the rocks and sat there looking at me for a little while, and that didn't freak out that I was getting up next to the tank or anything. So that was really nice to see. You know, because I haven't seen him since we put him in there and locked him out of prison.
Oh, that's excellent.
And yeah, I'm loving it.
I bet
Now
you
I
are.
can't see the pistol shrimp and him pair up.
Wait until you see
What's
the
that?
pistol shrimp messing up your tank.
Yeah, I've seen him. He's so tiny, though. He doesn't make a big mess yet, but I see little dust clouds every now and then, so I know he's cleaning out his hall.
Oh, yeah,
He'll-
he's... Go ahead.
You'll rearrange rocks and make mounds everywhere you don't want them. Plug
I'm
holes.
gonna have to put some little rocks in there for him to play with because he better not mess with my big ones.
No, he won't mess with the big ones. He'll, you know, when I first got Franz, that's my Tiger pistol, and he met up with Hans, so they're Hans and Franz. They're going to pump you up, right? So,
Yeah.
it was kind of funny that it's amazing. They can take a grain of sand out of your tank, and they will position it in a spot and make it stay there. Now, there's nothing there. They're not licking it. They're not, you know, there's no, it's just, he reefs by design. I'll use Nick's term. He literally will sit there till it stays. Right? And then, okay, now I'll go get another one. And he'll make his own everything. And so I said to him, I said, man, how do they do that? And this guy gave me the best Doug Henning. Do people remember Doug Henning, the magician?
Yeah.
The guy with the teeth, right? He looked at me and he goes, it's magic. And I just stopped and looked at him and went, how fucking high are you right now?
It's a freaking OCD pistol shrimp. That's what it is. If they don't stop until they get it just right, good for him because he's just like me.
You know what's crazy about him too is like if you go in and I got a little nano that I take care of and there's a pistol strip in it and just for fun, like
is that playing in the background on the stream? Thank you. All right, guys, I got rid of the noise in the background from the stream. You probably heard that. Sorry about it.
It's okay. I didn't hear anything.
No, we wouldn't in here, but everybody in chat would have heard it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why Colby just came. Oh, 1 minute, we need to do something, and it's. Thankfully, it wasn't up too loud, but you would have heard the tank noise or people talking in the background. So.
Okay.
No, I got that. So this is why. This is my dry run, and I thank everybody for being here.
Why is your fox face showing us his arse?
Because whenever that camera, you're going to see him. The pajama cardinal is my favorite. He'll come over and it's like, look at my cloaca. I swear to God, he'll just hang his ass right in front of the camera for like 5 minutes. He does the same thing. See, he's like, yep, see it? Looking at my cloaca, right? That big thundering fat ass. I love that fish. That's why the powder brown had to go. It was take a choice. Get rid of him or get rid of the powder brown. Look at that size of that bloody fox.
Now, look at him. He's like right back up there again. Here's my ass.
Yeah.
How's the powder blue doing now? Has he stopped being a bell end?
Nope. He got removed, and he is now living in another person's tank.
Oh, okay. So the tank that we're seeing right now is not your tank.
You're talking about the blue hippo?
The blue hippo, yes. I'm sorry.
He's doing better. He stopped attacking the shrimp.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure what happened here, it led to kind of a weird aggression spike. So what happened was he started picking on the shrimp. I'm pretty sure he killed the goby, right? Because he looked at him like a competition, that little neon goby. Because he disappeared during that time. and then it caused the starry blenny to start attacking the foxface. Right? And I'm like, what the heck is going on? Right? So
it's a free for all.
Oh, it was. It was really crazy to watch, right?
Did that shrimp have any appendages left?
They're there. Thankfully, he didn't bite his legs, actual legs off, but he did bite every last antenna down to about 1/4 of an inch left. They're growing
They'll
back.
grow back.
Yeah, and the firefish, he bit off his top fin, his dorsal. So, yeah, but he's growing it back. It's already coming back, so everybody's just mellowed out. So, I think what it was is
your neon green goby or whatever just might be hiding underneath the rocks. Because, like I said, since I put that Watchman goby in there,
yeah,
I didn't see it until just today, and it's been at least 2 weeks.
Yeah, and the worst part is I can't test to find out if he died because he's so small, and it's such a large volume of water. He'd never spike it. So, unfortunately, that's the case. And now, but I do think he died because I've got a weird diatom that kicked up. So there's a really good chance that that led to a little tiny nutrient spike, and then yada yada yada. So we'll see. I'll let you know. I'll have this tank will be up probably in the coming weeks. Like I said, I'm raising funds to keep making this better, right? So that's the whole point of that being there anyway. It's not that I'm looking for money to do this. I'm just looking for money to make this better, right? Because there's going to be a couple of there's going to be the bonsai reef. So I'm going to be doing the 5-gallon reef tank with to scale. So instead of just putting a few rocks in and sticking a bunch of big corals in, I'm actually going to be doing it to size. So that the corals don't look like huge corals. Like I could take that toadstool out of here and put it in a 5-gallon tank, and it's going to look ridiculous. It's going to look like a big mountain inside there, right? So.
Got your algae under control finally, I see?
Nope. This is old footage. You're watching footage I took from before.
Oh, okay.
B-roll, I guess you'd call it.
Okay.
And it's reached the end of itself, so yeah.
Are you still having issues then, or?
No, I'm feeding. I'm using sea chem stability because it's the only thing available in the area.
Yep, I love that stuff.
And it's for now, and already the algae is starting to die away. So I know it was some kind of a weird bacteria thing. So it's going to take itself over at some point. And from there, you making sure they're all muted out, yeah. So now it definitely was. It's been an exciting few weeks with that 120, but the 5-gallon I'm kind of excited to get going. I was challenged to do that by Nick from Aquarium Cabinet Solutions there.
I remember that. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, so that's going to have a camera on it. And I don't need to. This isn't expensive stuff. Oh, go ahead, Ryan. What?
That was Tang in a Glass Day.
That was Tang in a Glass Day. That's when things got really silly, really quick. And
I still get the biggest kick of that Tang in a glass.
Yeah, that's always going to be a thing. In fact, I'm actually trying to find someone with a 3D printer to make that Tang in a glass.
Oh, that would be beast.
Right? And if we can figure it out and get the logistics of it, it's going to be something that I hope at some point either Nick's going to offer it up or I'm going to offer it up. So you can actually buy a Tang in a glass.
I'd like to have that like as a little souvenir.
Yeah, so I'm working on it. We'll see if we can get it hammered out. So
I want to get a shelf. My daughter went and bought me a whole bunch of these mouth-blown sea fish. Like I got angels, and then there's like a silver, looked like some sort of coral. But all these kinds of different fish. So I want to get a shelf to put above my tank that I can line them up with, and I'm gonna put my BZ cup I want up there, and I would love that Tang in the glass. That'd be funny.
I think everybody would like it. It was just, and it wasn't me. I'm not taking credit for it, but I will make one. Just 3D print a yellow Tang and epoxy it into a shot glass. You got it, LMZ. That's kind of the plan.
Reefer has a 3D printer.
I know he does, and I know another guy who's got a 3D printer coming. And you've got two?
Does Devin have one or no?
Oh, Devin's got. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Devin does.
So, okay. I think Devin does, and my buddy Colby, who you guys saw in the chat there, and is now standing behind me. Yada 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 yada. And he's sitting there. I know too, and so there you go. So it's definitely something we could probably do. And I don't think I don't think it's a bad idea, right? I know it was Mike Aaron.
The first one has to go to your dude friend that actually came up with that idea though first.
Well, there's going to be that, and I think it should be Mike Aaron should get one because I think he would be tickled beyond belief.
He would be. Big time.
He'd be sitting on the street, tang in the glass, tang in the glass. Yeah. Yeah, he'd be freaking out for that. So, no.
Oh, yeah, that'd be awesome.
So, yeah, it's definitely, you know, it's what it is, and I'm looking forward to making this grow, guys. That's the whole point.
In fact, I think the 3D printed tang in the glass is more important than the 5-gallon tank. Right?
You think it is? Yeah, sure. We'll focus on. You got to do a yellow tang or a blue hippo tang. Either way, well, actually, a yellow tang is almost the easier one because it's just yellow. So yellow and a black eye, right? Too easy.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, a hippo tang, man, you got to get a little more creative with the painting. I don't feel like sitting down painting. Although my wife would probably do it. I bet you she would. Yeah. Have a good night, Daniel. Thanks for dropping by again, buddy. Glad we could help you out too. So
now, see, when you 3D print, can you pick the color of the plastic that you use?
Yeah.
You can in certain situations. Yeah.
Okay, get the brightest yellow you can, and there you go.
Yeah, it'd be something to look at. I'll work on it. I'll see what I can do, because I probably can think of about 20 people that want one right off the top of my head. So, I want one, right? So, yeah, it's yeah. Wow, I never even thought about that. And then you can buy shot glasses now, super cheap, that are just, you know, the dollar store style one, right?
I was just gonna say the dollar store has them.
Yeah. So, you know, it's just got to be clear enough that if you put a tang in it with the little anemone, I got to figure out if I can do the anemone too.
No, the anemone, wasn't that like an aptasia?
That's an aptasia. Yeah, that he put.
Yeah, that's an aptasia.
Yeah.
That should be pretty easy to make, I would think, out of just, I don't know if you can 3D print that, but you might be able to. But I think that would be some of these like melting things that they have now for kids and that, you might be able to do that with.
Yeah,
some,
might be able to find something that looks like an aptasia that we can put in there, right?
Yeah.
Suspense, right? You never know. I mean, I'm not going to cry about it if we can't get that. You know, that's the secondary part of it. But if I can get it so that the tang's only going to be really big, right? So
yeah, put the sand in there, get some clear acrylic to put over the sand, and hold that aptasia in there, and then glue in that.
Exactly.
Glue in
right?
that.
No, so that's a good idea. That's look at that. See, spitballing late night with us. I'm sure my wife's laying in bed going, "Why haven't you cooked supper yet, you bell end?"
Yeah. Have you eaten yet today?
Yes,
see, I have an excuse. I've been sick.
I have an excuse. I forget.
You too busy?
Yeah,
well, no, that's not an excuse. That's a cop out.
Whore's lunch counts. Whore's lunch always counts. Cigarettes and coffee add calories.
Yes, but you're a
diabetic,
and you got to take better care of yourself if you want to keep us occupied in that.
Yeah, that's it too, right? I don't want to.
That's just the nurse in me, man.
He just got mom mode.
See, I'm not a full-blooded nurse, and I never went to school, but I know enough to be one.
Yeah.
With everything that I've had to do.
What did you say, Ryan? I got what?
I said Tina's gone mom mode.
Oh, she went all mom mode on me. I know, and that's fine. I don't mind.
Well, that's because I've got a lot of diabetes in my family as well, so I know what a toll it can take on your health.
Yep. Wear you out, wear you down.
Get up, mister.
I will.
Get you some protein.
I'm having poutine. Don't talk about food. You know what'll happen? Mike Aaron's ears will start burning off over there in the UK, and he'll be in here and be like, "I heard you guys were talking about food, right?" You know, no, definitely. I am super tickled. I think we've just about got this hammered down, and it's pretty easy. What do you think?
Got a couple things.
Yeah. So, a couple of tweaks that we're gonna do, but overall, I think we got it, and that. I'll have to figure out a better. Is that not looping? What the hell's? Sorry, guys. I'm just talking to my tech guy.
No problems here, man. Go for it.
Okay, so I'll fix that later. I'm not worried about it. I can just make it run for now. No, we're just like literally. I'm just hammering this down as we speak. So, It's mostly there. There's a couple of things that'll change. I want to get rid of that off air in the corner. That'll be just move it up. Yeah, so that you can't see that. And the only reason it says off air, guys, if you've been seeing that, is the actual Hangout itself is a secondary ad. So
That's what I get. I get that off air when I try to go through the regular link, like you put in chat. That's what I get all the time. It gets me almost there, and then I get off air.
yeah,
And but that's why I have to ask you for
the email link. I don't know why that is. That if I do it through YouTube for you, Tim, it doesn't work. But if I do it through regular Hangouts, it works like a charm.
I don't know. I don't. This sounds bad. Yours is the only one I have trouble with. I just like everybody else's. I usually can get online, or get in, real easy. Like I did it with Devon's today, and somebody else's.
Yeah.
I did it. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I have no idea.
Yeah, I really couldn't tell you. I mean, we'll figure it out. You know what I mean? I might be like,
But
hey.
that one time you were on the other day in the
Yep.
morning, and I got on. I was like shocked.
It's because I had the Hangouts from outside of YouTube going. I streamed with this, and I had the Hangout come from an external source. But the problem with that external source is then there's no controls, right?
Yeah.
Right? So if I got to boot someone out and bring down the hammer, I can't.
But I have to tell you one thing, Craig. Yours was the first live stream that I ever got on, and like I'm on now, not other than chat. I started out with you just in the chat, and I know, and I didn't even know. I still don't know how the hell it all works, But you were kind of like my sedative or something when I was going through the depression on the '93. It's like.
Oh, that was something, man. I still feel for you. He had a. For those that don't know, Tim had a 93-gallon Marineland cube split a seam.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's okay now. It's okay. As I'm looking at my new tank over here in the corner, that's fast coming to life and stuff. It's much. I feel much better now. But matter of fact, I got an offer on the '93 cube. I got to get the guy. The guy's supposed to be resealing it. He hasn't brought it back to me. I got to get it back home and get it sold. So.
Yeah, Tim turned into a
yours
newt.
Was the first time, yours was the first time I got on, and all I've ever done up until now is just listen, with everybody. And then one day after I started talking to you, I go, I haven't talked to any of these other people. You feel like you know the people because you've been listening to them for so long, and you realize I never really talked to them. So it's a whole different. The last couple months have been kind of changed a lot of things. Besides that, I got to have a filler. I'm a big football fan, and there's I got to have something to do during the off season.
Oh, we're gonna lose Tim when football season starts. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm good up until September. Then things change, but we'll see.
Well, that really depends. What team are you into?
Well, I'm from Indiana, so as far as professional sports.
So you're into
football,
the Colts.
I'm a Colts fan.
Oh,
I'm also,
well, that explains everything. We won't lose you. They won't make the playoffs.
What part of Indiana, Tim?
I'm from a little town in southern Indiana, but if Luck comes back this year, I don't know. Maybe we'll have a chance. He's been out, but anyway. And then I'm a college football. I'm actually a bigger college football fan, and I've been a Notre Dame fan all my life. So there you go.
Fair enough.
That's what I get into college. I like college more than professional. So.
Pretty much my entire family is from a little town in southern Indiana, except for me. So.
Yeah.
Where are they from?
Evansville.
That's where I was born.
Yeah.
Yeah, Evansville. That's a big town to me.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, I was born in Evansville, but I grew up in a little town about 45 miles, kind of east of there.
So that's where my parents were born. But like my sister, they moved. My sister was born in Chicago. I was born in Dallas. So it's like they moved. They moved out.
Yeah. Evansville was the big city, 200,000 people.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, so
I've been there a bunch.
Hey, Ryan, I was going to tell you were talking about your fish. I'm sort of have something similar in my blue tag, my blue hippo. I got him in about 2013, I think.
Yeah.
And he's been through 2 bouts of ick, 2 bouts of Brooklynella, lateral line disease. He has scars on the side of his face, and I mean, I've lost everybody else except him along the way.
Isn't that amazing?
He's the only one who stood up to all of it. I mean, fish are just dying left and right.
Yep.
And I bring out the food. There he is. You know, he's like, okay, like more for me. You know,
That's
so
great.
he's just. I call him the road warrior, man, just because of his face. He's lost part of his dorsal fin, but man, he's a warrior. I mean, he made it through all these things, and he's still here with me. He's about maybe 5 inches, 4.5, 5 inches.
Yes, those are the ones that are endearing. You know?
Yeah, that's the problem with those ones. You get attached, right? So
yeah, man, I don't know what I'd do if I lose him. Just like,
you'll cry. You'll shed a little tear. You'll do a Mike Aaron when he released Jeff into that big tank. You know, you'll just shed a little one, right? You'll get a little perclamped. Yeah.
He's been through everything. He's a warrior, man. He can take it. You know, he has some sort of immunity. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Because he's made it through all those things, and everybody else is gone, and he's still standing. Well, he's not alone today, but you know, he's one hell of a fish. That's all I got to say.
She's up. Right.
But now I hope that he doesn't turn rogue like your blue tang or something.
No, man. Yeah, that'll always be the thing that weirded me out, is that watching him do it. I got it on video. I'll put it up for you folks. I'll probably be making a video probably tomorrow or the next day. I'm just trying to come up with a good topic. And what's really funny is that no one I know has seen a tang attack a shrimp.
I never saw it before.
I had a clownfish attacking a shrimp earlier.
Oh, there.
Really?
Yeah. But Tim, I want to go back to your fish, man. I think it's really cool, and I think what's really neat when you kind of take a step back and look at like a fish like that you've had for about 5 years, you realize, whoa, most people like you're in a pretty low percentage of hobbyists where you even can keep a fish for 5 years, let alone stay in the hobby for 5 years, let alone have a fish that's been through all that and still have it alive after 5 years. So
yeah, exactly.
Amen.
Yeah, but you know how many times
really
I
good
said I
job.
was going to get out.
Keep them going.
All those times, every time with Ick, I'm going to get out. You know, Brooklyn,
Yeah.
I'm going to get out. The tank busts open. You know, that was close there. That was like, I'm giving this thing up. You know, I'm just not going to go through it anymore. But then there's something, I was thinking about this. Somebody was saying something the other day, you know, about why you keep doing this or whatever. It's like, I still, even though I've been doing this a while, there's still a goal that I haven't met. You know, I just want to get there, you know, and it's just like every time I get about 3/4 of the way there to my goal, something happens. And so I'm going to get there before I die. But I'm going to, it's not, the goal is that I'm going to have this nice tank looking the way I want it to look, with the fish in it and the corals in it. And I'm going to get that goal one day. So no matter what happens, I'm just going to keep on keeping on, you know. So.
Nice. Yeah, if I look back, like through time, there's like a couple of times where I actually quit the hobby and took a break, and the things that made me do it, it's interesting to kind of see what the breaking points were.
Yeah.
One of them was, well, just college. I went to school and it didn't really make sense. Yeah. I don't see some of these kids, I see their videos, I'm like, man, you guys are adventurous having stuff in your dorm rooms and whatnot. But, and then I had a really long-term power outage, and it was hot for 2, 3, and I wasn't prepared. I was just it was my first house, and anyway, I lost everything, kind of cooked the whole reef.
Yeah.
And I took a big break after that, probably like, let's see, it was about maybe like 8 years, and then I got back into it.
Wow.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a few people. I almost quit, I want to say about 2 years ago. I just gotten over all the ick. Everything was coming back together. I just gotten that spiny puffer, my porcupine puffer, and I wish I had never gotten rid of him. But I had a friend that wanted him, and I said, okay, well, I'm going to tear down. I'm going to sell this all off. I sold off the 60-gallon cube, sold a whole bunch of crap, and then all of a sudden it was like, well, I'll keep this tank, and then it was I had a chance to upgrade to the 120 you're looking at there in the stream now. Okay,
Yeah.
well we'll do that, and then it was like, but we'll sell off the 20, so I sold that off, and then it was like, the wife saw those two white clownfish, the Wyoming white and the flurry, and she goes,
Yeah.
I want those. And, can we add them to the 120? And I went, well, the two clowns you're looking at here are probably going to kill them, right? Because they're older and they're much larger. Like Gretel's actually growing again, the one that's right in the screen there, sort of now in the center.
Yeah.
But she's a good 3.5 inches long, and she's starting to gain weight. So I'm just sort of watching them, because when she starts to spawn, that's probably going to be interesting. But
So you got. So how many clowns do you have in the tank now?
there's 2 in this one. Yeah, and then 2 in the other one. So I got 4 clowns altogether. Yeah. And
Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to say goodnight here. My phone is dying on me.
all right, Tina. Well, that's fine. That's
Good
fine.
I will
night.
see you guys soon.
Good night, Tina.
Talk to you later.
Night.
Night. You have a good night.
You too.
So there we go. So Tina's just about out. So
Now you're never gonna eat, Craig.
yeah, I'm never gonna get to eat. Yeah, it's over. Yeah. No, I got 16 people watching. Well, thank you everybody who showed up and supporting the stream. And if you want to support it, you see it in the ticker. It's down in the description. That's right. I'm going to shamelessly plug my channel. Screw you, hippies. Yeah. Wait a minute. I don't want you to be hippies, though, because hippies don't have money. Just saying. Oh, Lisa's still here hanging. Oh, God love you, Lisa. Thanks for hanging out tonight. How are you feeling, by the way? I know you really, really hurt your tailbone, so. And Jeff, if she is not able to get that to you, I want you to email ninjatrout@gmail.com. And I will. I'm going to go eat. I promise, Tina, I'm going to go eat. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, there we go. I know American Reefing, Jeff here, guys, is sending a eShops hang on the back skimmer to Lisa. So.
Oh.
And she's going to get her tank up and roaring soon. So.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah, so I'm still here. Oh my God, Blinky, how long have you been here and I didn't say anything? The other Lisa, how are you? And good old jolly, merry old England, as we shall say.
Blinky fish. Blinky fish.
Oh, the drugs aren't working? Drugs always work for me. I'm just saying. I like drugs. Drugs are great. You know, we had the lamest anti-drug song in Canada. I'm trying to look up Canada anti-drug commercial. Drugs, drugs, drugs. I'm not kidding, right? And you will laugh your ass off because you're going to get what I'm saying, because they get, drugs, 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 which are good, which are bad, right? And we're like, we don't say that. We go drugs, drugs, drugs. All are good, none are bad, right? So,
Hey, speaking of
it was not helping.
Drugs and you mentioned Jim. This doesn't go together. What am I? Jim Carrey. You mentioned Jim Carrey, but he's Canadian, right? That's what I loved Jim Carrey before, but he's just off the deep end now with his politics. He's getting into.
I'll get over that. We're allowed to think like that. All you got to do is this, you're liable to get shot, except in Canada. That's all it is. All you got to remember is, like, you got to think from his point of view. He's a Hollywood star too. Charlton Heston, we know, is a big Hollywood star and a big supporter of what. We're not even going to get into that. I always tell everybody, but that's where it came from, right? And you got to remember that I'm pretty sure something was said in person.
Yeah.
Right? And he's never said, and kudos to both for not making it too dirty. But I think Jim didn't like it, and I think Jim thought, well, that's funny. I'm going to go to Funny or Die. Let's make us a funny thing. I think, even he knows, probably shouldn't have crossed that line.
Yeah, probably not.
I recommend morphine sulfate, Lisa. If you have a tailbone, you won't even know it's there after taking that crap.
Yeah, that's about as strong as you're going to get. Well, there's some other stuff, but...
Yeah, thank you very much, Blinky. Thanks, Jeff. That's what I'm shooting for, and it's only going to get better, guys. you know, and I hate to sound like a broken record, but that's why I now have an ability for people to actually donate. It's going across the screen there in a moment. That's why that's there. Like I'm going to tell you, that's what the funds are going for, is for me to be able to kind of take this somewhere. There's a few people that are in on what I'm doing. And when I get there, it's going to be things like when I set up that 5-gallon, that's going to be a live stream. Um, and go ahead, Tim.
No, I was just thinking about streaming and stuff, and how it seems to be there's more and more streaming going on.
Oh yeah.
And I was thinking, why, well, for me, I was thinking, well, you know what it's done. I used to watch, and I still do watch YouTube, and the big names, so to speak, in the reef world and the saltwater world, and because I'm looking for information, I'm looking for answers, looking for information, and so with the advent of the live stream, I can get on the stream and talk to the guy or gal and right now and ask them my question. It's like, okay, instead of waiting for their next YouTube to come out and see if they give me the answer or writing in something in the comments and hoping to get an answer back from them, I can get them right now. It's just like Cruz,
Oh yeah.
or Michael, I can get on right now, and talk. Or it doesn't have to necessarily be them. It's just other reefers, or like you, or like Ryan, or somebody, It's you just get on and say, hey guys, here's what's going on, and you can get instant input, or feedback right away. That's what's nice about the live streams. It's like, or that's one of the things I like about it. So.
Oh my God! Listen, Lisa. By the way, with morphine, make sure he doesn't give you really heavy-duty milligrams, like 10 or less, because I will warn you, that is a highly addictive drug. Just saying, oxy's bad, morphine's worse, right? Morphine's like, go look at movies. They talk that is a heavy. That is, for lack of a better word, it's a form of heroin, right? So, actually, thank you, Poppy. You've made so many great drugs.
Being a former combat medic, I can tell you, we in our field pack, we carried morphine.
Just a second. Thank you, Ryan Gill. Thank you for donating to the stream. If you guys are seeing it, the Muddy Mud Skippers, those are my guys. Oh, right? So,
yay! Oh.
Yeah. Big shout out to Ryan Gill for that.
Sweet.
Thank you so much, Ryan.
Yeah. Am I the first?
You're the second, but you're the first since I got the new stream format up. So I'm gonna tell Paul. Unfortunately, you bell end. Yeah.
Well, second is good, I guess.
Second is good. Yeah. I'm not gonna say who else has donated. They did it in private, so. But I was more than happy to have that and accept that. Tim has also donated. Tim, I'll shout it out to you. You did earlier before I could get this up and running. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, I got to feed my addiction,
Yeah.
Keep the unemployed bum on the
air. you can't go back to work, Craig.
No, God, what are you guys gonna do if I go back to work? It's like I only stream once a week. Oh, well, screw you then, you crazy ass Canuck.
You cannot go back to work until football season. Okay?
Until football, yeah. Well, hopefully,
here's how I look at it. If anybody's on the fence about kind of like throwing around a few dollars here and there on live streams and YouTubers or whatnot, it's like my entire entertainment budget lately.
Especially when us idiots get going. Right? Like if you get me, Paul, and Deb, oh my jeez, that whole Tang in the Glass thing, what a crazy day that was.
I mean, you can spend like $12 on HBO a month. You can spend, $12 on Netflix a month, whatever. I mean,
yeah, true.
Yeah, but definitely, and I'm only saying this because of where I joked. Lisa, I'm serious. Talk to your doctor. Make sure that's appropriate. I'm not kidding about morphine. Okay, and it will change your personality. So if you love your kids, go be with your mom. Yeah, Toradol is an anti-inflammatory and a mild painkiller. Yeah, but it's mostly through the anti-inflammatory properties. Excuse me. Oh, I'm coughing my guts out. So I'm gonna keep this going for another about 10 minutes or so, guys. So if you want to be another one who gets the mud skippers going, you go right ahead. And if not, that's fine too. I'm gonna be here. It's not like I'm going anywhere. So we're working it out as we speak. I got a few people I'm talking to about donating equipment as well. So my goal
Hey,
is to go ahead.
did you are Michael's? Are you? Did you do something? Is Michael having a show on Sunday? This Sunday,
On the 29th.
the 29th.
On
Oh,
the 29th,
we,
because he's got the that Aqua Depot Expo going on,
yeah.
or the Aqua Expo, I should say. Um,
Okay.
I don't know what he's exactly doing. I'm kind of hoping he's going to have some video for you guys of that, because that's going to be really cool. Because him and Paul from Reef Community Worldwide are going to be there. George Farmer's going to be there.
Aren't you doing some work for him on one of?
Already did.
Okay.
Already done. That's shh. So there's yeah, it's a bit of a secret, right? But it's actually different than what you think. But what it was when I first met those guys. I don't know how many people were around the kind of that first stream that I was around for that, and one of the things that he really liked was I went, in a world where man swims with the fishes. He just thought that was great, and it kind of led to a kinship. And an online friendship, we'll call it a bromance, if you will.
Yeah.
He's gonna hear that and go, "I ain't your brother."
He's fun. I get a laugh out of him. The other thing, I think it was Tuesday night. I don't know what had happened between him and Red Sea, or what the hell it is he hates about Red Sea. But he won't even call it that. He calls it Purple Pond.
Purple Pond, he calls it, yeah. So
he won't even. I don't know what they did to him or what the. I don't think it was a product. It's had to be something about the company, a representative of the company or something. Maybe he was using a product and they treated him really bad or something. But he will not say their name. He will. I just get a kick out.
No, it's well, we've all got our ones that we don't like. You know what I mean? Like Red Sea, some people really hate it, and I always think it's funny when I find out why they hate it, and I'm like, have you been trying to fill the syringe for the titration up, to the full, right to the 1 mil mark? Yeah. Stop that, you bellend. Right? That's not how it works. Just pull it up until you get to 1. Why? Because there's about point not of a mil in the tip. Right? So, it's,
I hate some of these test kits, my color of it is not good. So damn it, because look, when you're looking for the color to change from pink to blue, and I'm like, is it blue? Is it gray? I don't know. That's so. If Hannah would just come out with a digital tester for everything, I'd be just as happy as hell. Because I can't even make out the colors on some of these damn things.
Well, what's funny is some people find the calcium one from Hannah daunting.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I heard the reason that they don't do pH is it's too hard. There's cheaper ones out there than they can make. I have a $30 one that, there you go, works just like a charm. And I know the problem with the nitrate is that the stuff that you add for it, you have to be so exact that they can't guarantee you would get an accurate reading. So,
I use the Hannah for the alkalinity. I like that. It's just too easy, and it's like. I use a Hannah for the phosphorus I use. I like that. But then the rest of them, if it's nitrate, I still use the API, magnesium. Who have I got now? I got a Nios for the magnesium. I don't know if I've used it a couple times, but I had a Red Sea magnesium, but it took forever to do that. That was the only trouble with that.
That's true. I've heard really good things about the Elos nitrate kit.
Elos?
Yeah. Elos, ELOS. Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
For some reason, I can see the orange. And the Nios has like an orange gradation.
Yeah.
I can see that better than the other ones.
The only good thing about magnesium, you don't usually check it that much, but I don't know.
I'm just running through all my tests still tonight. I just got done running 3 calcium tests on the Hannah checker.
And you got the new one with the...
Well, it's interesting. So props to Hannah, actually. I had the old one. I got it when it first came out, and so much trouble with it. And recently, a couple months ago, I emailed Hannah and said, "Look, hey, I know you got this new one out, and I'm having a ton of trouble with this. Can I get one of those new little like the little titrator thing that's easier to work with?"
Yeah.
And they just sent me one for free.
Nice. You gotta
I
like
gave
that. That's what I like about Hannah.
I gave my hand a calcium checker. The first one I had a couple of years ago. I gave it away to a friend of mine.
Yeah, they
got
stopped
frustrated.
the little thing that does the 0.1 mils. 'Cause 0.1 mils is tiny. I mean, that's hard to do by hand.
It's really hard to do. You know,
Yeah.
I would get like 3 different. I'd take it and I go, that can't be right. I'd take it again and I go, that can't be right either. You know, it's like I
know exactly what you're talking about. I seem to be doing okay now. I feel good about it now.
I think I use calcium. What do I use? Or Saliford, I think is what I use for calcium. I think. Or I still got. Sometimes I still got an API calcium.
I've got API too. Like I ran out of my Nios night. I've got API backup. I think for everything, like just in case. So
I think alkalinity is the most important one to me anyway, and that Hannah does that real well. So.
I'm about to do that for 3 different tanks. Hannah alkalinity checker right now.
Night, Tina.
They ran out of reagent here a while back. You know, I tried to order some, and everybody was out of it all of a sudden. The Hannah alkalinity reagent. So
sorry about that. I stocked up.
That's all right. That's all right.
I did too. I ordered 2.
I was like, that's me. I bought them all.
I want to get my Hannah ultra low phos.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can keep track of that, right?
Oh, it's nice. Yeah, it's really nice.
Go ahead.
I like it. I like it a lot. I had the regular phosphate first. I'm like, oh, this is great. I'm getting phosphates, and then it starts reading 0, 0, 0. I'm like, wait, what is this? So
yeah, phosphorus one is better.
Yeah, the ultra low phos. If it's off the chart, then you know you're high. You got to do something, and then as you start getting it in check, it'll let you monitor it at that point, right? So
yeah.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there, man. This 120, I got to get back in shape. I'll tell you, I really do.
Good idea. Now I've got that regular phosphate checker sitting around. I might should do a giveaway on someone's channel for that.
Yeah.
Craig,
Go ahead.
Is your 120? Is that 4 foot long?
4 foot by 24 by 24.
Yeah, yours is just I got the 100. It's just a little bit shorter or
not as tall a tank.
Not depth. Exactly. So I really so far I really like it. I know I haven't had it long, but I really like it. And especially the nice thing, you know, well, we went through the whole thing about losing the cube, but that 93 cube, it was helped. I had to get on a step ladder to get down and get up over it and up to the bottom.
Yeah.
And with this, it's kind of nice to be able to put my hand. I'm short, but I can still on my tiptoes. I can put my hand down on the bottom of this, and
that's nice. I'd love to be able to reach the bottom of my tank.
Yeah. I wish I could have got the 120, but like I said, I had to. I kind of, you have to.
Night, Lisa.
Night, Lisa. Hope you get a good sleep. Oh
yeah.
Yeah, Tim, I have so many notes about like what I would get that would be different on my next tank than the one I have right now, and the 30-inch height is one of them for sure.
Oh no.
It's way too high.
Way too high. You think when I first got that cube, I go, oh wow, this is gonna be great. Look how tall that is, man. I mean,
oh, it's nice. I mean, like so much space for the fish. Everything has like height, and there's a lot of good visible space. Any kind of maintenance, it's such a beat down.
Have you seen Inappropriate Reefer? His new video where he's got the 150-gallon.
Oh my God! Did you see how far his arm went into that?
But he got it free. He's a great guy.
Oh, he got it for free. I think it's awesome, and there's people I know that are around him that are going to be able to help him out and get it drilled. And I'm hoping when he drills it, it doesn't crack. Like
for his video, he's so funny. So 4 hours later.
4 hours later.
Yeah, he's pretty entertaining. He's a good character.
Yeah, I love him. I felt bad for him when Mochi passed on him.
Oh yeah.
Because I think he was really attached to that fish. So
anyway, I'm looking at that. I'm going, okay, I know you got it free, and I wouldn't say anything to him because he looked so happy that he got it. But I'm thinking, you're not gonna. And I know he's short. His arms are long. Like you said, he's not gonna like this after a while. I think, but who knows? I mean, he has a good disposition. You know, who knows? It may not bother him at all after a while.
Maybe he'll like wearing snorkeling gear.
I've made life work with those like grabby gripper things, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to hurt anything with these. You know, wow, I just broke that coral into 10 pieces.
No, that's what I would. That's what I've done a million times. Yeah. You know, I get the coral just where I wanted it, and then 2 weeks later I'm in there messing around with some tongs, and I break the damn thing off again.
Yeah.
Damn it.
You just have to tell yourself that those are frags.
Oh,
is that what you got, LMZ? You got a 42-inch stand with a 30-inch tall tank? That's that's 5 feet. There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm right there with you. It's nice, man. Like it's really good to have that view at that level.
Yeah.
Oh, what am I saying? Wait a minute. 72 inches? That'd be that's a 6-foot tank or 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
That's taller than mine. And a 2-foot canopy. Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're just like me, man. Step ladder for everything.
Yeah, I mean, I got to use a step ladder on mine. Mine's 5'11", I think. Yeah, about 5'11", my tank. Yeah, it's about 5'11". Yeah. So, makes viewing great. Makes working on it a royal pain in the ass.
No kidding. No kidding.
Yeah.
So my dream tank would be easy to reach. Like I'm going to be able to reach the bottom, and then somehow I'm going to hide all the sump stuff next to it in beautiful cabinetry, waist high, so I don't have to bend down or get on the ground.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice.
LMZ's 6'5", and he still has to use 3 steps on the step ladder to reach the bottom. Yeah, that's about right. I was going to say, I use one of those Rubbermaid 3 steps or 2 steps. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm on that, and I still have to be careful not to put my weight on the tank. Yeah, so, and yeah.
It would be nice.
Saliford's fine, Dre. Saliford are fine. There's nothing wrong with the Saliford kit.
No,
I use them for nitrate. I use them for ammonia, copper. Trying to think, do I use it for anything else? Oh, and I was using it for pH till I got my digital checker.
But I'd like to have, like Mile High Reefer. He has his sump and everything in the basement. I don't even have a basement here in El Paso. They don't really know what basements are, but that would be nice to have a big sump and everything, or have a fish room where everything's over in the fish room.
No, absolutely, except for paying for the bloody pump to push it back upstairs.
Yeah, you need a strong.
Yeah, that's when you hear those guys talking about Milwaukee Gold and all the other, like, how much was your pump again?
Huh?
No. The joke is you have a Milwaukee Gold, and how much did you pay for that again? Yeah. Go look up a Milwaukee Gold pump, guys, or a Barracuda. Holy crap! Yeah, you want to see expensive?
Those are Mile High Reefers. I think Mile High Reefer. Did you see his video today? I think it was today. He went to work for what's the company? Anyway, he's going to work for. Damn. There goes my senior moment again. It's a big company in the aquarium world. What the hell's the name of the company?
What, Ecotech?
Anyway, no, not Ecotech.
BRS?
No, they're a product manufacturer.
What do they make? Do you remember what they make?
Oh, they make just about everything now. I bought a Kalkwasser reactor that I was using for them for a long time. Aquamedic or something. Yeah, Aquamedic or something. Yeah.
Oh, Aquamedic.
He's doing like selling corals he's like wholesaling corals and stuff now. Or that's what his new job is.
LMZ just nailed it, yeah. So, yeah, Dre, get away from API, man. Trust me. I mean, they work, but they barely work. I mean, in fact, what I still think is so funny is that with most of the saltwater kits from them, the ammonia, 0.25 means it's 0. It drove me nuts. For the first 3 months, I thought, man, my ammonia's not going down. And it turns out it's 0. Because I brought my water to the LFS, they tested it with the Saliver kit, and it was absolutely 0. So I bought fish that day, went home just giggling. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're good for backups or double checking or whatever, but don't use it as your first line.
Yeah.
And we know they're expensive. Trust me, we actually talked about that the other day. That literally, Lisa, who was in here, Lisa Aqualove, Ray from reefsupplies.ca, Ray Franchi, great guy, donated all the test kits she needs for her tank.
Well, that's hundreds of dollars, man.
And that's hundreds. That's about $200 to $300 worth of test kits. Yeah. So.
Wow.
Very cool.
Yeah. So. Well, I'm going to round out one more time. If you guys do want to donate to the channel, it's in the link in the description. It's also running across here. I appreciate any and all donations to help with the stream and making it better than it is. And it seems pretty good now, and I just can't wait to make it better. I do have plans to actually interview some people. So you'll actually get to see that, you know, kind of like a table discussion.
Cool.
That's going to be coming. So that's what I'm working towards right now. And hopefully I can get it to the point where I got that worked out and it looks, you know, kind of the way I want it to look. And you don't have to see my man boobies when I pull a shirt on. I can't believe Crew saw that. I'm like, why is Crew seeing this? It wasn't even displaying anywhere, but he saw it. So for whatever reason, the camera feed made it that he could see it in the Hangout. I thought that was hilarious. Thank you so much, Dre. I really do appreciate it, man. Trust me, this wasn't a shit ton of work, but it was some work to get it kind of snapped the way we want it, and it's only going to get better. So most of the time, what you're going to see in here in the background, instead of the fish that you're seeing, you're going to see them, but you're going to see it live. So that's the goal, is to have both my tanks set up to be streaming and 2 more cameras running so that I can, or all 3 tanks at some point, plus, you know, either a webcam for me or a top view if I'm doing work on the 5-gallon tank in the office, or if I'm interviewing, seeing that from, you know, other sides, and working with my tech buddy Colby. Again, shout out to Colby Sumakaitis. You saw him in the chat there. That guy's brilliant. So that's all I got to say about that, guys. And I'm going to cut it off because it's getting to the wee hours of the morning, and my wife's probably going to castrate me when I get off here. So.
Uh-oh. All right.
Oh, no, it's all right. I'll just talk higher tomorrow. It's all good. So.
Good night, Craig.
All right, guys. Cheers. Have a good one. Later, taters.
Good night, Ryan.
All right. See you, Greg.
See ya. Thanks again, Ryan. Thanks again, Tim.